Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, something to me on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I've got another Let's Play episode for you of Santa Lucia, and we're running the latest update now. I guys wanted to let you know that I think I had a little bit of an automated removal of one of my videos. It's a place to call home, number 25. I think I probably should have blurred more than I did. Because re-uploading it immediately gets flagged and removed again. Now, thankfully, there's no strikes or anything on my channel, no warnings either. So, it's probably just an automated thing. I'm going to see if I can do some creative things to kind of get around it. But I will be heavily editing that video if I do upload it again, so as to not, get it removed again. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump right back into it. Please sit back and enjoy for the next 18 minutes to entertain you. And let's jump right in. Alarm Stand, you are up, and let's go. Kinda uneventful. Took a couple tests with some people, met my faculty advisor, and set up my class schedule. That's basically what I did, just with Chris leading the way. Yours was a lot tougher, a lot longer, though. I've been here for about an hour already. Yeah, I had a career interest test, and I had to take because I was undeclared. Ooh, that sounds interesting. What was the result? I poke at the chicken in my bowl and smile, looking down. You're looking at a new journalism student here. Oh, Ben, that's perfect! Just like your dad. Yeah. The fettuccine is surprisingly good, all things considered. I'm pretty excited about it. I guess I have to write for the school newspaper or something. Badass! And how about you? How's art shaping up? It's pretty much what I expected. My first semester is packed pretty tight, and I have a lot of projects I'm going to have to do. That's pretty active. I didn't think art would be that intensive. Art is a very difficult skill, Ben. It takes years of practice to become even slightly decent. Yeah, that's what you always said. It always seemed to come easy to you, so I'm sure you'll be fine. Thanks. I'm actually taking drawing as one of my electives. Really? I'm taking one of the advanced figure construction courses, but it sounds like we might see each other in the art department. Yeah, that's something I thought about. I know I said this earlier, but I have a great feeling about this place. And so do I. I managed to finish my meal before Karina, so after closing the container, I set it aside and leaned back onto the wall. Any sign of the others? I saw Nate earlier. I think he found that group of friends he's been hanging out with again. Probably practicing a skit somewhere. I'm pretty sure Brian's on the beach, and as for Carlos, I haven't seen him at all. Well, I'm sure they'll turn up eventually. You done with that? Yes, I am, thank you. I grab her empty containers and find a nearby trash can. To my surprise, Karina follows right behind me. Wanna try and find me? Wanna try and find me? Ha! Boop! You're right there. Wanna try and find them? Honestly, all I want to do right now is sleep. Yeah, I'm sure those tests didn't help. I'm suddenly reminded of the nightmare I had earlier. Nope, not at all. I stand with my arms folded, facing the setting sun on the oceanic horizon. It's getting pretty late. They still haven't given us our keys? No, not yet. Every mentor I've seen has been playing up this mystery event that's happening soon. I wonder what it is. I set my backpack down and pull out the orientation packet, then thumb through it until I find the itinerary. Typical. What's wrong? I show her the page and point at the bottom. Super secret event. Pick up your keys. 7:30 p.m. It's cryptic even here. It has to be good if they're holding our keys ransom. Speaking of which, what time is it? It's... As she's pulling out her phone, loud music starts blaring from the building's hall. Everyone's attention is quickly drawn as a couple of mentors barge out the double doors holding megaphones. Attention, class of 2022! Get ready for the special event! Welcome to the end of orientation dance party! Woohoo! Come on in and get your groove on! Dance the night away and pick up your room keys! Oh, wow, so it's an after-convention furry party. Okay. After finishing their annoying spiel, they hold the doors open as a flood of students start racing for the party. By the way, did any of you guys attend MFF? I'd be curious to hear any stories you have from the con. Oh my god! Ben, it's a dance party! I roll my eyes in disappointment. I could have guessed that. Come on, we have to check it out! She grabs my hand and starts leading me into the crowd. Hey, wait a second! Karina? We're immediately swept up in the mini stampede. Wherever they're going, the only thing we can do is follow along for the ride. Oh my god. Entering the building's main entrance, we're ushered along by the mentors towards a large room near the end of the chamber. Looking up, it feels like a hallway that rises up several stories, with each floor having its own walkway overlooking us below. The sun finally sets behind us, taking the rest of the natural light with it and leaving us with only the strobe effect coming from the room. The dance party is right this way. A particularly flamboyant mentor that reminds me of Nate gestures extravagantly as we approach. I stop to ask him where the keys are at, but the march of the crowd pushes Karina and I along without end. The music's volume increases tenfold when we finally enter the room, causing me to instinctively let go of Karina's hand to cover my ears. Shit! I didn't think it was going to be this loud. What did you say? She leans in towards me and yells, Karina! She jumps a few paces in front of me and reaches out a hand. May I have this dance? Or at least that's what I think she says. I was never the best at lip reader. I put my hands down, allowing my ears time to adjust to the noise. Poor Benny boy, you always had such sensitive ears. Shut up. I smile as I grab her hand. She leads me further into the crowd, towards a section of the room where there's more room to dance. It's incredibly dark in here, all things considered. The only thing keeping me oriented is the strobe lights, but it doesn't seem to affect Karina much. I glance side to side, keeping an eye out for anyone I recognize, but that's not going to be easy with this much visual noise. Just let loose, Ben. She turns and smiles at me before starting. Heh. I don't hesitate to join her. Yeah! Yeah, woo! Watch out, USL, Karina and Ben are here to kick ass and take names! Karina strikes a pose in time with the music. Booyah! Come get some! I follow suit, contemplating her pose as best I can. I'm sure at a distance we'd probably look like a comic book cover or something. She's right. Sometimes it's better to just go with the flow. That's what Eric taught me. Remix! We danced together for several songs, but it doesn't take long for my lack of sleep to start getting the better of me. I'm practically out of breath at this point. Karina continues on without a care in the world. What's wrong, Ben? Nothing, just a little tired. You can take a break if you need it. I'm thinking about just grabbing my key and finding my dorm. What? But we just started. I was enjoying hanging out with you. It's true, we haven't had a chance to be together since I moved away. Maybe I'll stick around a bit longer. I do need a breather, though. Alright, just let me grab some punch or something. Why don't you see if you can find one of the others? Eh? Look at her with a slight head tilt. I've noticed you seem to be pushing me towards interacting with them. Of course! I can't have you hanging on my shoulder all 4 years of uni, Ben. I want to see you branch out and make friends besides me. I take offense to that. I'll have you know I stop for a second and scratch under my chin. You what? I slump forward slightly and relent. Yeah, I didn't really do too well in Chicago. See? You need that little push. Now, go take a break and find one of them to hang out with for a bit. I'll be right here if you need me. Booyah! She gives me the peace sign before jumping right into her dance again. As I start wading through the mass of gyrating bodies in the center, Karina's insistence sticks around in my mind. I never really thought about it, but I don't exactly make friends easy. I spent the first year at Bernard Academy kind of just minding my own business. I didn't interact with anyone if I didn't have to, and I certainly didn't enjoy the company of 90% of those assholes. Until Eric came along, at least. Heh. I shake my head and try to lose the lonely thoughts. It wasn't meant to be, but man, if he didn't come along at the right time, I doubt I would even put the effort in to apply to Santa Lucia, let alone graduate. As I'm slipping past a dancing trio of girls, I miscalculate how big the gap is between them and the next group. My ass grazes against the white wolf. Oh. Whoa, howdy there. Didn't mean to get in your way, friend. Aw, she's cute. She turns to apologize, greeting me with a very thick southern ow. Oh, I gotta do it. Whoa, howdy there. I didn't mean to get in your way, friend. She turns to apologize, greeting me with a very thick southern accent. No, it's my fault. I wasn't being careful enough, sorry. The other girls stop as she gets in closer to them to make room. There, that enough for yous? Yeah, thanks. I nod my head towards her and pass on through. Damn, getting through this crowd is a pain in the ass. I can barely see anything either. I'd rather get my key and find my dorm, but I told Karina I'd do this. Well, I'll give it a try. If I can't find anyone, then I'll call her and tell her I'm heading out. Who should I look for? Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, 4 boys, okay. Nate. I wonder what Nate's up to. I could have sworn he said he had something he wanted to show us tonight. I make my way towards one of the walls so I can get a better view of who's all here. While leaning against it and folding my arms, I begin to scan the room in between flashes. I wish they'd have went with a better lighting system, but I suppose it fits the theme. Now, where can that crazy fox be? I guarantee he's somewhere, probably dancing his little heart out. My imagination runs wild with the kind of moves someone like him could do. Somehow, I doubt he'd be perfectly PG-13. Not that I'd mind. Kind of like what Eric and I did at prom. Ha! Right as the music begins to change, the strobe flashes white right into my eyes, leaving me disoriented. Shit! I cover them and start heading for the exit, trying my best to hold back the sudden urge to puke. If you head to the exit, you're going to be hit by a sudden wave of sunlight, and that's definitely not going to help. I need a breather. He's going to walk out. It's going to be blinding white. Aw. Huh. Huh. I hold a hand up to my forehead as I enter the walkway. The temperature drop helps cool me off. I guess a couple hundred bodies in the same room dancing can really heat up the place. There are double doors on either side of the chamber, one leading back to the beach overlook area and the other apparently leading to Arcadia Field. I notice there are speakers positioned on both ends, proudly playing some generic EDM beat probably written just to take up some space. Near a door on the other side of the hall from the dance party, a couple of mentors stand talking to each other. I assume there must be a meeting for them in there or something. I decide to walk up the hall, aiming for the grocery store. When I get these hot flashes, I find a little ice cream helps me to calm down. As I'm walking past a slightly open door adjacent to the party room, the faint sound of clapping and cheering manages to creep out. I glance side to side, checking to see if anyone's watching what I'm doing. There are several groups of students mingling, and the two mentors have their attention focused on each other too much to notice. I let my curiosity get the better of me and sneak up to the door and take a peek. Oh, hello there. Character who stepped right out of a, sketchbook. My eyes widen in surprise when I catch Nate mid-bow in front of a small group of other students. That was brilliant, Nate! You have a wonderful voice! Another red fox takes a step forward to congratulate him. I can't help but notice her thick British accent. Thank you, darling. Wow, he's definitely getting attention from all the ladies. The girl I saw him talking to at the beginning of orientation clears her throat and draws the room's attention to herself. Well, I believe we know who's singing with me for the duet. I'm honored, Candace. Don't let it go to your head, though. You've still got a long way to go if you want to keep up with me. Oh, I was born for this. You can count on me. The lioness gives Nate a grin that would be somewhat threatening in any other context. I'll be the judge of that. Oh, hey, Stranger Tides. Sounds like a fucking kick-ass show. I think I've got the lyrics ready. A chunky bull gets up off the floor in a corner and carries a piece of paper with him towards the others. Great job, Meow. Meow. Great job, Meow. I can't wait to start practicing. I hope you like it. Hope you like it. I'm sure it's wonderful, love. Addie, what tune are we singing along to again? Nate turns to the other red fox from earlier. You gave me the best day of my life, just with the modified lyrics. I'm sure the mentors are gonna love this. Now, should we perform this before or after the skit? The bull just happens to gaze in my direction, peering through the strands of hair covering his eyes. Hello there! I think we have a visitor, guys. What? Oh, who forgot to close the door? Sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. Are you a mentor? No, I'm not. Prove it. How? I can feel a cold sweat coming on. I should walk away. Damn, I just found Nate. I wanted to hang out. Candace...
Candace, we're not even supposed to be in here.
He's clearly not a mentor, darling. He would have just walked in if that were true. This is supposed to be a surprise, though. We have to ask them to turn off the music for the performance anyway, so what's the harm if someone knows early? Come on in, if you can keep a secret.
Feeling put on the spot, I cave in and slip through the door.
Close the door behind you. Right. Ben, what are you doing here? You know him, Nate? Yeah, he's in my mentorship group. I wave a weak hand towards him. Hey, Nate, how's it hanging? Everything's fabulous, thank you for asking. He dashes up to me and grabs my hand, pulling me deeper into the room. I'd like you all to meet Ben. Hello? I unconsciously stick close to Nate as the others watch me with curious eyes. I'm Neil. A pleasure to meet you, Ben. My name's Addison, but you can call me Addie. This is unexpected, but not entirely unwelcome. I'm Candace Leonetti. I'm sure you've heard of my famous older sister. Wait. I blink at Lioness. Now that she mentions it, I definitely see the resemblance. Holy shit, are you actually related to Courtney Leonetti? That's awesome, I love her music. My giddy reaction seems to get on her nerves, so I try pulling it back. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Yes, my sister casts quite the shadow. It doesn't mean my talent can't stand on its own. It's alright, Candace, he just, starstruck. Damn right, as he should. I'm going to show the world there's room for 2 Leonettis. We're all here to make it big, darling. That's why we have to give this performance our all. The rest of the group can stick to their acting bubble, but we're aiming for something greater. I think it's fair to look down on the... I don't think it's fair to look down on the others. Candy has a point, though. We're the ones sticking around, putting in the extra effort for this. I told you not to call me that. Sorry. If you don't mind me asking, what are you guys up to? I take the opportunity to interject so I don't feel like I'm just listening. We and several other drama students met at last night's freshman mixer. After doing an impromptu performance for the crowd, we decided we wanted to do something a little more special for our follow-up. We were going to be doing a little thank you skit to show our appreciation to the mentors. They've been so wonderful to us, it's the least we can do. We've already got the skit prepared, but the 4 of us wanted to try something special. It was my idea, actually. We're going to sing a song together. Really? I didn't expect you to be a singer too, Nate. It's all part of the performance repertoire, my love. Nate told me he wants to be on Broadway someday. As for me, I have my sights set on being a pop star. She stands proud and somewhat haughty. They're both lofty goals, but is that really something you can control? I figured most pop stars look into that role. Courtney needs to watch her back. Then again, it probably wouldn't be too hard for the sister of one of the biggest pop stars in the world to break through. Addie's a narrator for everything, and as for me, I like to stick to the behind-the-scenes stuff. Wow, it sounds like you guys are pretty organized. Heavens, no! If I didn't make my presence known last night, none of us would have met. Oh, darling, don't hog all the credit. I'm the one who suggested the performance. Everything else fell into place after. Don't forget who the real star is here, Nate. Candid. Instead of arguing, they pull each other into an embrace. I hope you break a leg, darling. And I hope you're crushed by a falling spotlight. I look over at Addie, shrugs her shoulders. Alright, I'm gonna pause it right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and get that notification bell. Leave a super thanks. Your tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!